Hello and welcome to my channel. If you have not subscribed yet, hit subscribe and notification icon now to never miss out on our new videos.
This is a summary of Think Like a CEO, a book by Byron Morrison. Consultant Byron Morrison offers CEOs useful information about dealing with pressure and guidance in thinking logically, not emotionally. He teaches by showing what not to do, telling business war stories about CEOs who gave in to emotional, short-sighted, solitary thinking with disastrous results. Morrison advocates the basics: long-term thinking, proactive leadership, strong communications, adaptability, perseverance, and thoughtful analysis. His advice is perceptive. However, you may wish he'd promoted his consultancy a bit less and allowed his substantial knowledge to speak for itself. Okay, here's the first takeaway. Far too many CEOs are in over their heads. Weak CEOs are always in trouble. They don't think clearly or lead properly. They communicate poorly. They fail to maintain satisfactory relationships with their stakeholders or investors. Their daily tasks overwhelm them. Day-to-day, an out-to-lunch executive's inability to cope becomes a bottleneck in the workings of his or her organization. Overwhelmed CEOs often prove the primary reasons their companies stall. When CEOs can't take productive action, both they and their firms develop problems. Poorly prepared executives who fail to be proactive force themselves into a permanent reactive mode, always responding, usually ineffectually, to business problems and negative situations. As a result, problems snowball. These CEOs end up spending most of their time trying, often unsuccessfully, to put out the constant fires their inactivity sparks. All right, time for takeaway number 2. Overwhelmed CEOs heed only today's concerns. The main goal of most overwhelmed CEOs is to keep their heads above water. They worry about immediate matters pressing down upon them and can't yank their attention away from those immediate concerns. This tunnel vision leaves such CEOs and their businesses dangerously vulnerable. Few overwhelmed CEOs adopt a long-range viewpoint. Their subordinates and organizations suffer due to this lack of vision. When an organization lacks good leadership, it becomes incapable of adapting to or coping with the constant change that epitomizes the world today. Let's now hear takeaway number 3. Evolved CEOs and other executives are responsible and farsighted. Capable, evolved CEOs have learned to think about how their actions will affect their organization and its people in the long term. Mastering this farsighted perspective is neither easy nor uncomplicated, but it is the key to reliable and responsible leadership. Sound CEOs have a well-developed vision of the future, and their immediate decisions support that long-range vision. To become a more effective decision-maker, use this 5-step process. First, write out any upcoming decision you are considering. Second, list its ramifications. Third, list what aspects of your business this decision will not affect. Fourth, list the ramifications if you decide not to make this decision. And finally, write down what progress won't happen if you fail to make this decision. Here's another takeaway. Capable leaders grow, evolve, and control their emotions. To thrive today, companies must be able and willing to change with the times. They must know how to innovate, achieve business and financial respect, and maintain their success via smooth, efficient operations. Such an enviable state requires a strong CEO who operates with 100% efficiency and can muster confidence and clear logical thinking even in difficult situations. Evolved CEOs maintain control over their emotions, so their feelings don't interfere with their thought process, leadership decisions, or actions. They're able to focus on both their current and upcoming tasks. And they grow in place. These CEOs evolve in their thinking and planning capabilities, so they are ready to meet new demands. Okay, let's move on. Here's the 5th takeaway. Leaders stay positive. Mature executives and managers maintain peak performance by nourishing their psychological well-being. They stick to positive thinking and don't lose heart in the face of challenges. You don't have to be a CEO for this mindset to make a difference. Regardless of your role, positive thinking will boost your health and career, while a negative mindset can pull you down. Negative self-talk can have a disastrous effect on your thinking. Don't fall victim to the internal emotional drumbeat threatening, for example, that your competitors will always win, your product will fail, or no one will believe in you. Such narratives, which are often illogical and have no basis in reality, work subconsciously on your state of mind and mental defenses, sabotaging your mental processes and forcing you to believe that negative outcomes are inevitable. They preach that you can't win no matter what. Never accept these stories as true. Wallowing in negativity impedes your success. A positive frame of mind is more likely to lead to good outcomes. Extricate yourself from negative word traps. A word trap is a statement that fits the format. This makes me that, as in that manager makes me angry. If you are vulnerable to such word traps, a negative person or an external problem can make you react in a certain way, often poorly. Don't empower other people or circumstances to shape your responses. Evolved CEOs benefit from 3 additional mindset traits. First, everything in life is either cause or effect. Put yourself forward in an active, causative mode, rather than a passive state. Bring your full capacities to the table all the time. If you're passive, external factors can control you, your thoughts, and your reactions. Second, focus on those things you like, not the things you don't like. Avoid getting mentally bogged down in sadness and negativity. Think about what you can do, what works for you, and what lifts you up. And finally, be a prime mover. You know what you need to do, so do it. Avoid using words such as hope or try, which are conditional. Evolved leaders are never conditional. They are confident and causative. They know they will achieve their goals. All right, we've reached takeaway number 6. Focus on your priorities and delegate everything else. Busy executives at all levels face numerous important tasks and must pay attention to a variety of important issues, all in a timely way. However, like everyone else, they have only a limited amount of time. To avoid being eaten up by conflicting priorities, focus on your zone of genius tasks, those only you can execute. Pay attention to meaningful actions that will have substantial effects on your organization's ROI, and delegate the rest. Evolved CEOs allocate their time to vital tasks and turn everything else over to their subordinates or outside providers. As you decide whether to take on specific tasks, ask yourself first, what important tasks require quick action? Second, considering each item on your list, ask, is this a vital task? If it isn't, get rid of it. Third, if it is a vital task, must you complete it within 90 days? If so, keep it on your preliminary list. If not, add it to a spreadsheet for later review and consideration. Fourth, are the remaining tasks something you as a CEO should personally handle? Do they deserve attention at your level? If so, keep them on your CEO active tasks list. And finally, ask, what can you do with non-vital tasks? Can you delegate or outsource them? If either of these options is viable, move the tasks off your plate. CEOs can't do everything. They can't know everything, and they can't think of everything. This is why other people inside the organization, executives and employees, are so valuable. They can handle jobs the CEO can't or shouldn't handle. And they can think of the things the CEO isn't likely to think about. Time for the 7th takeaway. Evolved CEOs listen well so they can learn. Chief executives, in fact, all leaders, must communicate clearly with the people in their organizations and inspire them to do their best work. The people within your company are vital to your success, so you need to know what they're thinking and ensure they understand your concerns and objectives. Listen to the people in your workforce to learn as much as possible about what's going on inside and outside your businesses. Their information and insights will fuel intelligent decisions. The top executive should never speak first in a meeting. Let others talk first, so you can learn and set the tone for how the company should respond to their concerns. Learning all you can will empower you to develop well-rounded, effective plans to achieve your corporate goals. As you listen, decide which counselors you can most rely on and learn to heed their advice. They can help you make the most sense out of your choices and recalibrate your plans if necessary. excellent listening skills will also equip top leaders to become good coaches who devote time to assisting and guiding their team members. We can now listen to takeaway number 8. Thoughtful executives balance their time and never procrastinate. Evolved CEOs never put off until later what they should handle immediately, including hard decisions and difficult actions. If a conversation with your allies, stakeholders, suppliers, managers, or employees looks daunting, think it through and tackle it as soon as you're ready. Balance your focus between small and big picture priorities. Leverage your time and the time of those around you. Get out of your head and navigate the challenges that come your way. 4 qualities distinguish CEOs at this level. They don't overthink. They don't second-guess themselves. They don't worry about how others will judge them, and they don't fear rejection. Their game plans are simple and direct. Before deciding and acting, they secure the necessary background information to ensure they're correct and have considered all possible contingencies. And then they move ahead and don't look back. Here's the next takeaway. Keep your chin up and don't get knocked off track. Every CEO and organization goes through good times and bad. Bad times can occur even when the executive and the firm do everything right. Never allow unpleasant events or difficult circumstances to knock you off your game. Keep moving forward. To stay on track, remind yourself of your primary goals first thing in the morning. When you stay focused on your objectives, you're more likely to succeed. As a top executive, you can't simply adapt to today's changes. You need to get in front and help lead ongoing transformations. You set the pace for everyone else. And now for the 10th and final takeaway. Reflect on your past actions and strategize for the future. Consider the evolved CEO mindset and let it sink in. Consider how you manage your emotions, your reactions to setbacks, and your overall thinking. This is an evolutionary process. Adopting a proactive mindset takes time, and acting this way may feel unnatural or uncomfortable at first. But your efforts will prove worthwhile. That was a summary of Think Like a CEO, a book by Byron Morrison. Here's the 10 takeaways once more. Takeaway number 1, far too many CEOs are in over their heads. Takeaway 2, overwhelmed CEOs heed only today's concerns. Takeaway 3, evolved CEOs and other executives are responsible and far-sighted. The 4th takeaway, capable leaders grow, evolve, and control their emotions. Takeaway 5, leaders stay positive. Takeaway number 6, focus on your priorities and delegate everything else. Takeaway 7, evolved CEOs listen well so they can learn. Takeaway number 8, thoughtful executives balance their time and never procrastinate. Takeaway 9, keep your chin up and don't get knocked off track. And the final takeaway, reflect on your past actions and strategize for the future.
Thank you for watching. If like this video, subscribe and click on the notification icon to never miss out on new videos. Follow me on Instagram. Link in the description. Thank you.